Hi, I am Sabyasachi Siddhanta. I work at the National Institute of Nuclear Physics in Italy. Italy is in a state of national lockdown since the 9th of March. The lockdown started initially in the region of Lombardia in northern Italy, which is the worst victim of this COVID-19 disease. The lockdown was then extended to the rest of Italy. All the schools, universities, restaurants, cinemas, theaters, pubs, clubs, parks are closed. All events, public or private, civil or religious, sporting or recreational, are suspended. All commercial and retail businesses are closed down, except for the ones providing the essential services like the pharmacies and the grocery stores. There is no shortage of food in the grocery stores. A couple of days back, the Italian Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte announced that all the factories which are non-strategic in nature will be closed down. We are all working from home. People who are associated with the emergency and essential services are going out to work. We can also come out of our homes under specific circumstances to fulfill our essential needs. We can come out to buy food and medicines, and we also need to follow certain guidelines. We cannot come out in groups. We need to maintain a safe distance of at least 1 meter from others. Also in the supermarkets, they are not allowing more than a certain number of people at a time to enter to maintain this safe distance. Now this lockdown will continue till the 3rd of April, and it would be extended if the situation demands. Now I have heard from some of my friends at CERN in Switzerland, where my research is based. They have also started to work from home. I have also heard from some of my friends in France, the Netherlands, Belgium. They are facing similar measures, and which was the need of the hour. Now let's see some numbers. There are a lot of rumors going around regarding the situation here in Italy. Let's see some hard numbers. Please bear with me. The data which I have is from yesterday evening, that is 22nd March, 6 p.m. in the evening. There are 59,138 people affected with COVID-19 disease in Italy. 7,024 people have recovered. Unfortunately, 5,476 people died. 3,456 people died only in Lombardia, which is the worst affected region, as I mentioned earlier. The rest are undergoing treatment in hospitals or quarantined at home. The number of tests done in Italy is huge. It is 2,58,402, which is 25,180 more than the previous day. So there are a lot of tests being performed each day, which brings out a clearer picture of the situation. Now, as these numbers suggest, this is a matter of great concern, and it is a catastrophe. There is no doubt about it. But there is hope, which is manifested in the data. Now, since there are no vaccines available at this moment, this lockdown is the only way to contain the exponential growth of the spread of this virus. Now, there are several events which we are aware of, which follows an exponential growth. There are instances in nuclear physics, in solid state physics, in biology, in economics, in population science. There are instances which follow an exponential growth. Now, while following an exponential growth, we might get surprised or even shocked when we see big numbers in a short period of time. But mathematically, it is just following an exponential consistently. Now, during a viral epidemic, the spread of the virus follows an exponential growth. What does this mean? This means that the number of new people getting affected each day on a given day, that is, the number of new cases on a given day is more than the number of new cases on the previous day. And if this trend continues over a period of time, we say that the spread is following an exponential growth. Now, the number of new cases each day in Italy is big. Make no mistake, it's big. It was 5,986 on the 20th of March and 6,557 on the 21st of March. And this is expected mathematically in an exponential growth. So the number of people getting infected every day is high. I mean, there are a lot of people who are getting infected. But the daily growth rate has decreased. This means that the number of new cases each day is less than what it would have been if it followed the original daily growth rate of the exponential during the initial stages of the pandemic. Guess what? On the 22nd of March, the number of new cases was 5,560. This is yesterday. Among the 25,000 tests done. And this is less than the number of new cases on the previous 2 days, which I mentioned earlier. Now, it might be a fluctuation. We need to wait a bit more to have a clearer picture. But the data says that the daily growth rate is decreasing. So this is a good sign. This means that probably the lockdown has started to give some results, probably. But this also means that there is no room for complacency. This means that we need to continue to follow the rules of the lockdown. If we can't, the situation will worsen further. The daily growth rate will increase again. But if we can do the needful, we will soon see that the infection has deviated from the exponential to a logistic curve before it flattens out, where there will be no more new cases. But as I said, we need to follow the rules for this to happen. Now, the economy will take a heavy toll, not only in Italy, but all over the world. But life comes first. Economy comes next. Let's tackle one problem at a time. At this moment, the problem at hand is to tackle the pandemic. So just focus on that. Now coming to India, I think there is still hope. The lockdown in India has started, but it is extremely important that we all follow the guidelines for the lockdown. At the same time, we need to do more tests to identify the people who are infected with this virus. We must prevent the spread of this virus hitting the exponential curve. We cannot afford that. See, Italy has one of the finest healthcare systems in the world. Still, they are finding it extremely difficult to contain the pandemic, to tackle the situation. So we must learn from what is happening in Italy. We must take lessons from what is happening in Italy and in Europe and be prepared. And be prepared for an extended period of lockdown. This is war, and the enemy is invisible. But what we need to do is just to keep our calm and follow the rules. That's it. I mean, lockdown doesn't mean organizing parties or going out with friends. It just means being responsible. If somebody has an infection, it might not be evident. But if by not going out, we will not spread the infection to others. So it's not only about me, it's about my responsibility towards others, towards the society as a whole. And this is a collective responsibility. Each one of us would be responsible for what is going to come next in the next few weeks and months. If we all do what is expected of us and keep our calm, that is to follow the rules while going outside and while staying inside, we keep our calm and we follow the rules. If we manage to do that, I'm sure we will be coming out of this situation as better, stronger, and thoughtful individuals. I'm really, really hopeful. Thank you.